Welcome back to school, everybody. It's Wiley Gun 1776. Today I want to dig into a statement that you hear everybody saying, that we need to contact our representatives, right? Think of it similar to overpriced ammo. The only way you're going to get noticed with that is by not supporting the companies that are doing it. Politicians really are the same type of an animal. You can complain to everybody, you can complain on YouTube, to your friends, whoever, about it. But until you start doing something, until you stop supporting their elections, they're just going to think of your opinion and your information as noise. Let them know what you think. So you ask yourself, how do you do that? Well, what I want to outline is what you should do to follow to get your voice heard. This is just my opinion. However, it'll give you some steps in the process. You can do this from your iPhone, from email, from your computer, anywhere. Once you really have to understand and digest what is your opinion and what is your outline. Once you have that, the process is very easy and only takes a few minutes. So if you just think of it, if all gun owners sent just one letter or email to a representative, it would be overwhelming. To give you context, there are approximately 72 million gun owners, 22% of all adults. And that number, if everybody just sent one email, that would overwhelm the politicians. So if you could please take a moment to hit the like, subscribe, or comment button down below. And by subscribing to my channel, you can follow my content. And in the comments, I can give you my perspective on specific questions. And when you do subscribe, leave a comment down below, and I'll try my best to comment. So where do we start from here? So you've seen bills like H.R. 127, which, if you don't know, is to provide for the licensing of firearm and ammunition possession, and also for the registration of firearms, and to prohibit the possession of certain ammunition. So we've all been seeing the videos going around lately discussing this, and really the ultimate end game for them is to an entire confiscation, an entire rejection of the Second Amendment. And really the best way on their part to take away your Second Amendment rights isn't by doing it all in one bill. What they're going to do is do these small cuts over time that nobody notices. And then over 5, 10, 20 years, all your rights are gone. So these are the types of bills that we need to focus on and really shut this down. So they think in the long game, and we need to do the same thing. So what do? I'm only one person. That is true. But as a larger group, we consist of 72 million people. 40% of all Americans say either they or someone in their household owns a gun. And 22% of Americans report owning a gun. And those are based on surveys from Harvard and Northeastern University back in November. There's been a lot of new gun owners, and there are also going to be a lot of people that just don't report those numbers through private sales or whatever, because right now there is no federal registration requirement, yet, I'll say. So first, you need to get your thoughts together. Look at the bill. Take some points from YouTube videos. Take a couple things. Take time to read the bill, and then jot down a few things that really stick with you. What in that document do you not like? So I'm going to use H.R. 127 as an example, and I've left a link below to the bill. So if you want to read all 19 pages of it, when you want to get upset, go ahead. It's perfect reading material for when you're deciding to go to the bathroom and you want to have a good laugh, because that's really all that document is worth. So the entire bill is filled with issues that I have, but let's just focus on one part or one thing, and keep in mind the author, Sheila Jackson. She's a representative out of Houston. So I'm going to throw up a picture of Miss Jackson and Beto O'Rourke. And really, that's all you need to know about their intentions. I mean, you know what she's about when she's campaigning with Beto O'Rourke. So none of this bill is about crime. It's all about taking away your Second Amendment rights. So the part that I'm going to look at is the part of the registration process that involves licensing and what they're calling insurance. Section 3, page 5 mentions that you need to demonstrate an issuance of the license the individual have in effect an insurance policy under subsection D. And where it gets kind of funny is if you look at subsection D part 2, which is actually on page 11, there is a fee. And under that it says the fee specified in this paragraph is $800. So I can only imagine in her area in Houston, there's a median average household income of $43,600. I'm guessing that they don't have a ton of disposable income laying around, nor do many Americans. I mean, every year you're going to have to pay $800 for this fee, which is really nothing more than, another government term for registration. $800. It's absolutely ridiculous. And then you skip down further. Penalties, page 16, section 924A. It's talking about whoever knowingly violates the section of 922CC shall be fined not less than $50,000 and not more than $100,000. That's great. They're giving you a break. And imprisoned not less than 10 years and not more than 20 years. You can go to jail for 10 years for not paying that $800 insurance. So your letter needs to pertain to a specific legislation when you're going to email a politician or get a hold of them. In this case, it's HR 127. So you want to identify it accordingly, use the bill number if you know it, the title of the bill and a brief description. And to make sure your letter is productive as possible, you always want to be courteous in it. Even if you disagree with their position, what you don't want to use is threatening or abusive language in it. So it's pretty common stuff. State the bill, your position, and why you feel the way that you do, and what are you actually looking for the politician to do. So don't leave it open-ended. So I'll include a copy of my letter. So I'm basically going to say, by forcing people to comply with HR 127, you'll be required to pay a $800 insurance fee, subsection D, page 11 of the bill, that prohibits people that are in lower income areas from owning a legal firearm. These are the people that are most at risk of crime. This fee, in many cases, exceeds the cost of the actual firearm, which, let's just talk about a Glock, $800, more than you're going to pay even in today's times. People who live in gated communities, million-dollar homes with high-tech security systems and cameras are not the target of criminals. Criminals are opportunistic, and they take advantage of different situations. By adding this fee, those in lower income brackets that need the most protection are not going to be able to legally defend themselves. Adding penalties of not less than $50,000 and not less than 10 years imprisoned will do nothing more than make the average citizen felons. And it'll also be taking away resources designed for violent criminals that should be actually off the streets. I hope you strongly object to the entire bill and stand for the Second Amendment as it was intended in the Bill of Rights. So let me show you. Let's find a way, and I'll show you how to find out who the representatives are and what their email addresses is. I've left a link below on how to find your particular representative. So let's go ahead and take a look at that. So guys, here's how easy it is. You can go to us.gov/elected. I will put a link in the description below. And all you have to do is go here. You got your federal elected officials, state officials, local. In this case, we can go locate your U.S. Senator. And it's pretty easy. You just click on whatever state. In this case, I live in Florida, so we'll go to Florida and let's contact Marco Rubio. Pretty easy on the whole thing. Gives you the areas over here. And all you need to do in order to do this is click on email me. And you just put in, Mr. You fill out your name, address, city, state, zip code, your email, the topic here you want to put on, title of your message, HR 127, and then put your message in here and then you hit submit. It really is that easy. Guys, I started this channel to do gear and gun reviews. And unfortunately, we need to keep fighting against people taking away our two-way rights. We shouldn't be here. I don't want someone in Washington, New York, California, or other areas taking away my right to enjoy and exercising the rights given to us by the Bill of Rights. These are natural rights that are inherited to all citizens. They were designed to guard U.S. citizens against the abuse of our basic rights granted to us by the Constitution. I don't want someone who knows nothing about me prohibiting me from my constitutional rights. People like AOC, Sheila Jackson, and others who I'm sure never owned a firearm are thinking of themselves as experts. They have no idea what the safe number of bullets are that are to go in a magazine, and really need to stay in their lane and stop trying to change America for the worst. How arrogant really are these people that think their viewpoint is the only viewpoint? There are 72 million or more Americans that think differently. Address the issues of crime and come up with logical solutions to address that. Don't just come up with ways to disarm us. Don't disarm law-abiding citizens. I mean, it just doesn't make any sense. And all you're doing is paving the way for criminals to take advantage of us. If you look at this bill, all it's doing is it's mapping out and it's creating a database for people that are able to look and see what firearms you have. And you're not addressing crime. You're addressing law-abiding citizens, and clerically, by not paying the fees, the $800 and all the other nonsense that's in there, you're making them felons. It just doesn't make sense. They need to work for good people, not for criminals. So sorry about that rant, but do me a favor. If you like this message, please hit the like, subscribe, and comment buttons on the channel. And as always, stay safe, stay educated, make logical decisions, and carry every day.